Today is the holiday of Shavuot, the holiday celebrating the reception of Torah by our ancient ancestors. You may have heard me mention that. We've counted the days from Passover to get to this moment, recognizing that freedom from Egypt isn't about individual liberty, but is only the necessary precursor to entering a covenantal contract with God to be our best selves. We eat dairy treats to remind us of the land of milk and honey and celebrate the sweetness of Torah, and we stay up all night long studying its words. I hope you were able to join us for one of the two Tikkun L'eil Shavuot, the evening study sessions offered in Pittsburgh by the Federation and in the South Hills. One of the texts that I taught from Talmud imagines two travelers ill-prepared to be in the desert, with only one jug of water, enough to sustain only one of them to their destination. How do they choose who should get to drink? One of the arguments offered is that since every moment of life is of infinite value and all infinities are equal, the travelers may not choose amongst themselves. Each person is equal in value to an entire world, so the travelers are better to share the water and hope for rescue than cause the death of their peer. My heart breaks this evening as it becomes ever more apparent that while our tradition may value every life equally, our country certainly doesn't. Christian Cooper, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd. Watch the videos from this past week, and you will see that we don't value all lives infinitely, that Black lives don't seem to matter, that there is a yawning abyss between the country we live in and the values we hold. Racism in our country isn't getting worse. It's certainly not getting better. It just is. And all that has now changed is that we have it on tape. Watch the videos. Watch Christian Cooper being harassed for the color of his skin. Only one person in that interaction had reason to fear for his life. Watch Ahmaud Arbery be hunted down. Watch George Floyd, an unarmed man who matched the description of someone accused of a nonviolent crime, be killed by the very people who we would ask to protect him. Watch the videos in their unsparing and grotesque but necessary detail so that you can never pretend not to know. You know, and what are you going to do about it? Your money? Sure. The NAACP and anti-racist groups in Pittsburgh and beyond need your support to share their message. Your money? Sure, but this one is harder. It requires your attention. It requires you to listen to people of color. If you're so fortunate as to have it, it requires you to be sensitive to and to name and to reject the privilege conferred upon you rather than simply feeling guilty after you recognize that it happened. It requires you, if you're a white person, to reach out to your local police department, to ask them about their policies and their training and their oversight mechanisms, because this is our fight too. It requires you to educate yourself. Pick a book and start reading. How to Be an Anti-Racist, or Between the World and Me, or Just Mercy, and don't stop learning so that you can never pretend not to know. You know. So what are you going to do about it? Christian Cooper, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd. Add to these overt, recent examples of violence the fact that communities of color are disproportionately affected by the coronavirus, and we are forced to confront that systemic racism is woven deep into the fabric of our country. We don't value all lives infinitely. Black lives don't seem to matter. There is a yawning abyss between the country we live in and the values we hold. You know, You know. You know. And what are you going to do about it?